Hello, this is vlog number 8 of From County Cork to Carey's Corner 1840. Ciad Mila Falcha. My name is Sharon Kennedy. Today I'm going to talk some more about my great-great-grandmother, Mary MacDonald O'Sullivan. In one of my earlier vlogs, she was the woman in the love story who came over from County Cork in 1843 to marry Dennis O'Sullivan. My grandmother, Mary Agnes Carey McAvoy, wrote this about her grandmother, Mary MacDonald. Quote, "I was very close to her until she died in 1902 when I was 20 years old. She was my idol. She was a small woman, only about 5 feet tall, and weighed less than 100 pounds. I thought her gentle, simple way of life was all that was necessary for comfort and happiness. How I enjoyed the stories of her early days in Ireland. She never mentioned any hardships at all, but my grandmother lived through terrible times, including several famines. She came to America at a time when people were dying in the streets of Ireland. By the end of the 1840s, when she was luckily living in Richmond, Massachusetts, the population of County Cork had shrunk by 24%. People were either dead or in America. Meanwhile, what my grandmother told me about was how beautiful it was in County Cork, with the daffodils growing wild in the valleys and the heather on the hills, the flax and the sheep she tended, the linens and woolens she learned to weave. I still have a piece of one of those blankets which she gave me for my doll's cradle. And my grandmother also talked about the fairies so much that as a child, I truly believed they had been scampering around grandmother's home in Castle Lyons, County Cork. It was only many years after she died that I found the deed to the house she and my grandfather bought in 1848. There, nestled under his beautiful ornate signature, was her little X. I was filled with sadness to know that this woman who had left an indelible mark on her community in Richmond, Massachusetts, could only make the mark of an X on this important document. She had never learned to read or write. Well, that is my grandmother writing about her grandmother, born in 1825. She doesn't hazard a guess about how my great-great-grandfather did learn to read and write. In my book, The House at Carey's Corner, I modeled the grandmother of my fictional character, Kathleen Carey, after my real great-great-grandmother. I don't know much about my real great-great-grandfather, so I decided to create a man who was much less happy to find himself in America than his wife. He mourned for the hills of County Cork all his life. But one of these days, when I finally publish this book, you will see what a sweet and important relationship this 12-year-old girl has with her wonderful grandfather. Please like and subscribe, and especially please post memories of your own grandparents. Until next time, Sláinte.